is where do we start from? Start from the top, from the very beginning.
The very beginning.
Remember how we met? 6090 Studios.
I cannot forget.
Yeah.
That was a great time.
It was a good time. My homegirl, because I was looking for a place to record. I had just gotten back from New York and moved back to Atlanta. Was broke as hell. Couldn't afford any type of recording time. And she was like, oh, I recorded this studio. It's a dope studio. You should try to go over there and see if you can get an internship.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm in the waiting room. And then this guy walks in.
That was that was the lobby.
Yeah, I was in the lobby. Yeah, I was in the lobby.
And then I was like,
because I was like, okay, well, I have to, because I had thought I was interviewing the first time for the owner. The guy said he owned the studio. And then it was like, oh, well, you got to come back. You got to meet my people. And so I was in the waiting room. And everybody's, acting like they doing something. And this guy walks in with this black hat. You still wear it to this day. A black shirt.
I'm still wearing it to this day.
Blue jeans. No, like short.
Well, I was like, oh, yeah. And I seen it, and I said, damn, this is what it is. But, I had to be cool. Oh, man.
Yeah.
And play it that way.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm trying to get this internship so that I can get this recording time in.
Right.
And you're like, oh, well, we'll see. We'll try you out.
Yeah.
And I started interning.
It was always like that.
And that's how it began. That's how it all began, was walking in that door.
And it just came to fruition for both of us.
69 Studios. And then, from there, interning, remember when I wrote and sang my first song for you at the studio? I remember because you shit all over my song. I was real proud of this song at the time. This was the song, okay? Everybody was feeling it. I was going through the studio, singing it for everybody, and everybody loved it. And I was ready to record my song.
Oh, that's the one I call Trash Dookie.
Yeah.
I shitted all over that song.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
I shit all over that song. You was mad at me.
I was.
You was mad
because I was so ready. Like, I was ready. I had sang it for the other intern who came in, Kennedy.
Right.
And he loved it. Everybody loved it.
Yeah, you was so mad at me.
And then I sang the song. He was like, no.
No, matter of fact.
Ain't it.
No, matter of fact, you and Kennedy was recording the song.
We were recording the song.
And I came past.
That's right. And then you came inside.
And I was like,
when you started listening to it, he was like, wait a minute. And I was so proud of my song.
I was like, this shit trash.
Man, I can't remember even to this day what the song was about or what the
lyrics were. Neither.
But
where is that song?
Who even knows?
Hold on. Where is that song? No, I'm gonna pull that song up because somebody gonna find it. I'm putting that shit out. I was like, this is what J. Rene sounded like. Nah, but
that was over a decade ago.
No,
but it would be funny to see how far I've come.
Remember, I was in there.
No, you can't.
I walked in.
Yeah, you walked in. You
because I was walking
past. You crashed.
Yes, I crashed the whole session because it was two interns that was having a moment.
Yeah.
And I was walking past, and I'm like, okay, this is my young engineer. This is my young producer. Mm-hmm. This is the intern girl who I don't give a F about. Okay. I was like, but I walked past. I was like, what the hell?
Man.
What is this?
Man. You totally shitted all over my song.
Oh,
I want you to know.
I took a hot
I loved my song. I was so proud. And I had been interning there for at least a couple of months already.
No.
And so I was like, I'm ready to go ahead.
No.
Record my song.
No.
Y'all about to sign me. I'ma be a superstar. What?
No.
You came in and you just totally crashed my session. I just want you to know.
I remember how Kennedy looked at me too. He was like,
oh damn.
oh shit.
But you know what though? It's funny now, but it was not funny then. It really wasn't. But
it was funny.
If we could find a song somewhere deep in the catalog, it would be hilarious to see.
Look, it was funny then.
How far it's come.
It's funny then. It's funny now, right?
No, it was not funny then.
I had a blast.
Not funny then.
I was full of laughs.
I'm sure you did.
I was full of smiles.
I'm sure you did. But you know what though? For real, that is one thing I did appreciate is the honesty, especially when.
But how many niggas you see me be like, yo, this shit trash?
Yeah, I mean that's what I was about to say. Like, I definitely appreciate the honesty, that's for sure. And I feel like that brutal honesty made me go back in and really become.
But it wasn't even. It
hone
wasn't
in on the skills.
It wasn't even about that. It's about the fact.
Well, for me, it was at the time. You totally came in and crashed the whole session.
I took a whole hot, steamy shit on that session.
You did.
And I didn't care.
All right, though.
Because I'm saving everybody from themselves. Like, that's just what it was.
It's all good.
This is what it was.
It's all good.
And you was so into it.
I was. Came a long way, though. Came a long way from there.
And
then after that.
That was beautiful.
After that, that's pretty much when I really. Because, see, I had already been singing and writing songs. Like,
definitely.
You know, my whole life. This was the first time that it was to a professional level. You know what I mean?
I never denied your voice.
Right. Oh, no.
I never denied your presence.
Absolutely
right?
Not. Absolutely not.
Okay. The song was just trash.
Yeah, at the time. I just had to develop myself as a songwriter. You know? And I think that's the biggest thing is just back then, I was still finding myself as an artist.
Right.
And it's like, you want to sound like this person. Let me sound like that person. And that's one thing that Lost Art and you as a producer has taught me is just being yourself is what it's about. Who are you as an artist? We have so many people, even you get it as a producer. Hey, give me a track that sounds like Drake. Give me a track that sounds like Migos. Give me a track that sounds like Moneybagg Yo. No, let Moneybagg Yo be Moneybagg Yo. Let Migos be Migos. Let Drake be Drake.
It's the rigmarole, as they say. The rigmarole. That's the expression. And it's like, you have taken on the challenge of being an artist. Not a lot of people can take on the challenge of being an artist. Being an artist comes with a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, it does.
To be somebody that can take on the role and be an example, that's a lot of responsibility, and that's where you come in.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't pay for that. You can't do that.
Absolutely. And I think too, like when I have to remember who my audience is. You know what I mean? I have a lot of kids, you know, doing all that work in Denver and you know, all these different places, and you have kids that look up to you and know your music. But then at the same time, I'm not an artist. I'm not a kid artist. You know what I mean? At the same time, I am a grown woman and I talk about, you know, some adult things. But I think there's just a balance. I think there's just a balance to it where I want my music to be for everybody. Where
your music is.
It is. I and it's like that on purpose, where if mom and dad are bumping my music, little, you know, whoever, Susie in the back, she can bop and listen to it and sing along too.
But what have you done? That's the thing. You've transcended the platform. You took your platform and put it into responsibility of yourself. You didn't take it and say, oh well, let me show Susie this or mom and dad this. You said, hey, this is good music.
Yeah, I think that's what it's really about.
It's music.
It's just the good music.
It's
you know,
good
and
music.
I think that goes again into the whole thing with the female artists. Like, we get so focused on how we have to look, and it's like, it's really about the music and about the artistry. It's about the sound. It's about the content. It's about what are you saying. It's about the connection with the person that's listening to the music.
Where does that come from? That comes from your heart, and you trying to genuinely tell people.
Yeah.
You're genuinely telling people.
Yeah.
This is what I do.
Right.
This is what I love. This is what I care for. You know what I'm saying? You can't get that. Why should J. Rene not be on the top of your list? Because I can play it.
Yeah.
I can play it for my niece.
I think, like I said, once again, it goes into the whole thing about really how I was raised and really how I was brought up. I mean, honestly, like, my mom didn't play that. Like, growing up, for one thing, I was brought up in a really religious household. That's the first thing. So everything was monitored, what we watched, what we listened to. And my dad, that's how I would be able to listen to the real R&B songs, because my dad would be the one to be playing all the good songs, like the Stylistics and Earth, Wind and Fire and Whitney Houston. And then when I would be going around the house singing those songs. And do you remember that 190s song that good love and rockin' something, knocking boots all night long. Yeah. Making love until it was something like that. Honey, when I say my mama heard me singing that song down the hallway, it was like, Jelly, what you singing about?
Somebody rocking, knocking the boots.
Exactly. Who sang that song?
That was Shy.
I can't remember.
I
know that was a good old 90s.
Somebody rocking, knocking the boots.
And I didn't know what I was singing about back then. All I know is that the song sounded good. She's like, Jelly, what you singing about? Don't be singing about stuff you don't know what you singing about. And it's like, those words always, still ring into my mind even till this day. But don't sing about things that you don't know what you're singing about. And so that's why I try to make sure that my content, I know what I'm singing about and I know what I'm saying. And I'm very aware of what I'm saying.
You're conscious of what you're saying. So what is today? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is that today?
What's the question?
Like, what is today? Like,
what do you mean?
Like, when they listen to your records and they see you doing these things and they see you're doing all these different aspects.
Okay.
What is a J. Rene record? Like, what are they supposed to get from it?
Well, for one thing, you're supposed to get from my records is inspiration. You're definitely going to feel inspired, and you're going to, first of all, you're going to love the sound. That's the first thing. It's going to be a pleasing sound to your ears, to your heart, to your soul.
I believe
that's the first thing. From the instrumental, every sound to the voice, it's going to be a pleasing sound. And then that's the other thing, you're going to feel, like I said, inspired. You can feel connected to the music. You can relate to the music. It's definitely catchy and all of that, but if you watch the videos like Calling Me, there's different hidden meanings and symbolism and those types of things in the music and in the sound, because that's really ultimately the goal. Like, I'm super grateful for my natural gift and my talent, but the purpose of having the gift and having the talent is to touch the people, is to inspire the people, and to make them feel the record. You know what I mean? And to inspire and to encourage them.
What? Like, that's the thing about it.
It's an experience.
That's the thing that's great about it, because a lot of people walking around don't feel nothing.
Right.
They're living off of what's seen and what's heard, and they don't have a feeling.
Right. They become real numb to a lot of different.
They numb. They numb. Like, why should they be that numb?
Right. You got Bartender on there. That's the first single that we released. Play Bartender. I was super proud of that song too. A lot of people liked Bartender. Bartender was the very first single. I think we released that back in like 2013. That was the very first song that we pushed for me as an artist.
Was it?
And I even look back on that song, I'm like, oh, we've come such a long way. But that song is still hitting now. I still get folks, especially overseas, talking about that song.
Was it?
Bartender.
Was it 2013?
It was 2013.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It was 2013. That's when we first pushed that record. My very first single. And that's kind of what got people paying attention.
We gotta look for this show.
Yeah. That's like in the archives. Like, we gotta find Bartender. You know.
Hold on.
All the music is out there. You just.
No, because it's just. This has just been. This is a wild ride.
And I'll never forget, because I was working back then. I was working the whole 9 to 5 thing, and I was working at the Coca-Cola company.
Yep.
And I was writing, this was the first track that you had really given me after you totally dissed my first record. And then as time went on and you worked me like a slave, okay? No, I'm just playing. No, but you did work me pretty hard. Artist development is no joke with Lost Star Productions.
Hell no.
But anyway, this was the very first record that you really gave me to seriously write to.
Damn.
And
that was
back in 2013. And we pushed it, and it was like a tester, like, hey, what do you guys think about this artist? And people loved it. And that's when you really started taking me serious as an artist. Oh yeah.
Nah,
don't
even.
That is like the very first time. Yeah.
Don't even do it.
Don't you lie, Motrakx. That's the first time
after
that.
Don't even do it.
When you really started taking me serious as an artist.
Don't do that.
After Bartender? Absolutely.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, for real.
Don't do that. That's just ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
How is that ridiculous?
That's ridiculous.
What other songs did I? Well, then if you did, it was secret. I didn't know. I didn't know until after this song.
Everything is secret. Everything. Don't do that. Don't do me like that.
You wanted to keep me grounded. One of those you can't let them know how good they are.
Nah, it was just I didn't want to do it. Then I heard it and I was like, okay.
So you're saying what I'm saying? You didn't believe in me until after that. That's when you really started taking me serious as an artist. And we kept making more music and really
ridiculousness.
Okay, so when did you start seeing like, oh, okay, we got something here?
Just the voice.
Okay.
It was a lot of ridiculousness that was said.
Yeah. And I really think it started to pick up steam after What Goes Around. What Goes Around is an excellent record. I love What Goes Around. That was a nice record that we did. Do you remember when we did that? Was that in Norcross or was that at 6090?
No, I was on East Side, Ellenwood.
Ellenwood?
Yep. You know, this our partner favorite song.
What Goes Around.
So, that's one of your fan favorites.
Yeah, it is. I remember when I first performed this song. What was that? Was it what was the club in Atlanta?
I-Lounge.
Was it I-Lounge? The one with the cassette tapes on the outside?
No, that was the underground.
Where you gotta walk down the steps.
And then you did it at I-Lounge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that like it was yesterday. I was super excited and I was super nervous at the same time. It's different because it's one thing to be performing your whole life, but then it's like you're performing your own music. your own single. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It was
Your
real.
own stuff that you put your heart and your soul into. And what goes around is from real life experience.
Right.
You know what I mean? There was some real life hurt and pain that went into writing that song. So now you have to,
Before you scroll away,
you have to share that pain and that hurt with the world and let them into that. It was scary at the time. It was scary.
And you had other platinum artists that were on the same bill.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And you showed them
I did.
what a platinum artist looked like.
I did.
And they were mad.
They were mad.
They
stormed out.
They were mad. And it was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
You know,
it was awesome.
You know, I love
it was
being a
awesome.
villain.
It was an awesome night.
Like,
it really was. It was one of those, like, when you're watching a movie and, like, you're rooting for the underdog. Because, I mean, this artist came in, Motrakx. You know, remember, they came in deep. They came in with a crew. People were super, like, excited to see this person. And, like I said, coming in 50 people deep, like a mob. And here I was. This was about to be my very first performance.
We had our mob.
We killed it.
had our mob.
And we killed it. And everybody that showed up for us and was rocking with us, Flag B.
You had an announcer.
I mean, yes. Muggs a Million was the MC and announced me to the stage. Oh, man. Yep.
Right.
And that's when I really knew, like, you know what? I could shake a room.
Yep.
I could shake a room
all
where
you
some love you and the ones that see you as competition, they hate your ass. And that's when I knew.
Yeah.
That's when I knew.
And they tuck tail and run.
Like, okay. Because if I didn't have nothing, there'd be nothing to be upset about. But I was competition that night. I know it was a good night.
And it was awesome.
It went really, really well.
It was awesome.
I was super proud of myself for sure to be on that level to kill it.
You murdered out there.
Yeah.
It was like, yo, you had dudes.
I mean, at the same time, I wasn't really surprised. Like, I think I was just nervous, but it's one of those things where it's excited to be nervous. Like, like any ball player about to go into their game.
But look, you did what you had to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And killed it. It was great. It was wonderful. And
Music Room. Music Room Atlanta. Music Room Atlanta.
Music Room. It was Music Room. And that was my very first performance as a Lost Art Productions artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
it was.
That shit was hard.
It was.
That shit was hard. And you showed up and bodied it.
Yeah. It was awesome. It was awesome just seeing the crowd and then seeing the hands up and then as you go, to your second verse, by then everybody knows your hook. And it was awesome. Just like I was saying, for you to share your music and share your heart and share your experiences. And for people to receive it,
They got to.
They got no choice.
There's a million people that think just like you.
Yeah.
Millions.
Yeah. There's millions of people that were feeling this, that can relate to this. That's what it's about.
That's what my OG always said. There's a million people think just like you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. So this must have been, what year was this then? I think because
2016.
No, it was definitely
when it got posted.
Yeah, it was definitely before then because this was after Bartender. Bartender was like your fun, club song. And then this was really getting to who is J. Rene, and like I said, really putting my heart in the pen and onto the paper. For sure.
Yeah. What made you do it? You say your daddy and your mama was playing the records.
Mm-hmm.
What else made you want to do this?
Honestly, I feel like I've always known. I can't explain it. Like, true story. So my mom used to always make us like write and stuff, like read books and write book reports. She's like very studious. And so I was able to read and write at a very, very young age, like for real. Even before I went to kindergarten, I was able to read and write. And so I wrote a story, which was only 3 lines, you know. But even now in 2021, I can still see that letter clear as day. And that's the letter that I hold on to in my mind. And it says, when I grow up, I'm going to become a famous singer and I'm going to buy my mom a house.
Right.
And again, like I said, like I can clearly see that piece of paper. Remember the big old pencil? Yep. The pencil was like this fat that you write with.
You
and
write
the margins.
With the whole finger?
Yeah, you gotta write like this.
Yeah,
and the margins are super big. So they don't know nothing about those big pencils because everybody's texting. But back then, that was the big old pencil with the big old eraser.
Yep.
And sure enough, and I just knew, like, no one else that I know of in my family at that time was able to sing. Like, it's not like, you know, my grandma, my grandpa, or anybody like taught me how to sing. It was honestly just a natural gift and a natural ability that came out. And
but where did it come from, though?
It comes from, it's just there. I was born with it. It comes from the creator. Like, honestly, it's a gift. But it's a gift that I had to develop skills in. Like, just because you're given a gift, you still have to put the work in to develop that skill and to hone into that skill.
Right.
So it's just something it's a part of me, just like my arm, just like, you know, my leg, just like any other limb. Music and singing, it's a part of me. I was created with that. And I knew from a very young age that it was my duty and my obligation to share that gift with the world.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, and the times when it would feel like, oh, it's not happening fast enough, or when doubt would set in, I kept pushing, and I could look at that letter in my mind, because since I was 4 years old, that's what I said I would do. So what was like a moment for you when you just wanted to quit? Because, you know, everybody has that. Like, let's just be honest, in any industry, but especially in the music business, the entertainment business. Like, when was a time when you just really just wanted to... You gotta pour a drink? Here, give me a little bit more, too.
Shout out my guys.
That's good.
Shout out my guys. Yeah, man.
Don't drink too much. But yeah, like a time when it was like, you know what? Forget this. Like, music don't love me. I love music, but they don't love me back. I mean, probably more than once if we're going to be honest.
Multiple times. Multiple. Shit. A month ago.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Well,
I didn't want to deal. You go through a lot with this. One of the times I could say that made me want to quit was because everybody turned on me. And I had to realize this is a music business. This is what it is. So that's when one of the times that I said, who cares?
For me, I think it was when you crashed my studio session. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. It really wasn't. It really wasn't.
It is what it is, man.
Yeah.
It's like you gotta really, you have to be built for this.
Definitely.
People jump in and out.
Well, I think because they just feel like it's gonna be all glitz and glamour and.
Yeah, a lot of people think
they don't really understand.
A lot of people look at the fame and the fortune,
and they don't understand how much work kids put in.
But people don't really get it. And that's all that's the simplest way you can put it. People don't get it. You don't know about publishing and writers and copyrights and all these different things. You don't know shit about it, but you got a record out.
Well, I think because once again, they want the fame and the fortune. They don't understand that there's business behind the music business. Is the business of music.
Of music.
Right. It's definitely a business.
It's a business of music.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Everybody wants.
And then they think they just know how to do it because they watch some YouTube videos. Like, there's so much that goes into it. It's unbelievable.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
That's all I can say is
real.
good luck. That's all I can say is good luck. And that's where people get messed up.
Yeah.
Because they don't understand the boring part.
Right.
The paperwork, the contracts, reading the contracts.
And understanding the contract. And then knowing what to negotiate in the contract.
Who got a lawyer?
Knowing what this word means, what this caveat means, what this exception and exclusion means.
Who got a lawyer?
Right.
That's it. So that's one of the things that make me want to stop. That make me want to quit, because I see a lot of talented artists. I see a lot of people, and it's just.
I think for me, there's been several times when I wanted to quit and give up and do something else. But it's so funny, like anytime you have those feelings, you always come back though. It's kind of like having somebody that you love and you're mad at them. It's like, oh, I can't stand your ass. Oh, I just hate your ass. And then it's like, okay, baby, you know I love you, baby. Like, it seriously is like that. Like, it's a
love-hate
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
It's love-hate.
I love music. This is what I'm meant to do. This is what I do. But absolutely, there's been so many times where I just wanted to quit, or lessons that I had to learn. Like, my biggest lesson was when I was in high school. I was like 15, 16 years old.
In high school?
Yes, because in my high school, I used to sing like the national anthem and for the pep rallies and those types of things.
I'd have booed your
The
ass.
assemblies.
I'd be like, boo!
See,
boo,
check you out. See,
boo.
No, nobody booed, okay? Because we could sing. I would sing with two other girls at the time.
But that's why I would have booed you.
Anyway,
just because nobody else did, I'd have been like, boo.
Anyway, but so we got up there. It was like a pep rally, and we sang the national anthem, and we were supposed to sing the Black national anthem. We get to the mic, had no sound check ahead of time. Okay. First off, we get to the mic. The whole school is inside the gym. It's completely packed. We get up to the mic and we sang this much. We said, lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring.
Yeah.
Everybody stopped. Everybody stopped singing.
What up?
And I don't know if it's because we heard our voice bounced back at us or what. Or there was no, I don't know what it was, but
What?
all three of us stopped singing. And everybody in the gym was looking like,
Yep.
okay.
Yep. And
then we picked it back up and we kept singing and we got through the song. But that was a huge lesson to me. A huge lesson that no matter what happens, you have to keep going. And I'm not talking about just in the songs or the music or the performance. It's in life as well. You have to keep going. Was it embarrassing? Absolutely. Did some people boo? Probably.
Oh, I'd have been right there.
Probably.
I'd have been like, y'all suck. Y'all suck.
We did.
I
Because we weren't prepared.
I would have thrown the one water bottle on like when y'all was out on the court or whatever. I'd have thrown that one water bottle and she would hit the ground like, peep, peep.
No.
Peep, peep, peep.
Until this day, I take preparation super serious.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, when it's time for a show.
Yeah, you get overboard.
When it's time for a show.
You get overboard. You get overboard.
That's when, okay, I will refer to myself in third person because Miss J. Renee don't play.
You get overboard.
When it's time for a music video, when it's time for a show, when it's time to work. Oh, it's time to work.
What did I just say? You get overboard.
Absolutely. I'm the first person in, I'm the last person out.
You get overboard.
Hey, but everybody gets in line and everybody knows what to do and we make it work.
That's the disease of success.
Man.
How many times do you see me first man in, last man out?
Gotta be.
How many times do you see me running off 1 hour?
Do you know how many artists that we knew a decade ago that don't do music anymore? That did not push, that didn't pop, that didn't keep going, that didn't keep pressing through. And we're still here. You're 20 years in the game. I'm over
20 plus.
20 plus. I'm 10 years plus with Lost Art, and well before that.
Yeah. You've had music in your heart.
Together we have over 40 years.
You had music in your heart the whole time.
Right.
And don't forget about the mentors I talked to. That's been in this game longer than we've both been alive.
Right, absolutely.
We got one mentor that's 50 years in.
Yeah.
Another mentor that's 50 years in.
Yeah.
That's 100.
What they say, it takes a village to raise a child. It takes a village to make an artist. It really does.
You gotta understand, like, we don't do this shit like because it's cool. Then think about the youngins.
Yeah, man.
Think about the young boys coming up, the young girls coming up.
Mm-hmm.
They right up under us.
Well, I'm excited about the things that is going on with Lost Art. I'm excited about this great journey ahead. I'm excited about the new music about to come out.
I'm excited about
everything.
I'm excited about the new record. I'm so excited about the new record.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's definitely gonna be great for sure. And come a long way and got a long way to go. I think that's the funnest part about being an artist too, is your fans and your supporters get to watch the growth. They get to watch where you started and watch where you are now and be part of the journey with you. So yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
We're gonna see what's going on.
Yeah.
It's already said and done. Salute.